Hey guys, everyone's well. It's your boy MKS here, back with another video. If you haven't already done so, check out part 1 of this video. I did discuss in the intro for that video how I think that with all the negativity in the world, in many ways, and the focus of that negativity on the news and other such places, always talking about coronavirus or negative things happening in the world, I'd like to try and spread a bit of positivity if I can. If only I had a more positive voice to express it. But yeah, so I'm trying to. I know I've read and seen a lot about. I don't really read much, but like on Google or whatever. I don't read many books, but I've read 1 or 2 books. But the stuff I've seen on Google or YouTube or whatever, that where it talks about positivity, positive thinking, changing your mindset and things like that. So I'm hoping that I've seen a lot of that stuff. So I'm hoping that I can try and talk about an appreciation list of things I appreciate, and how hopefully that will change your perception from a negative, if you are feeling negative, to actually thinking more positive. So I'm hoping this video will be a positive video that will not only make me feel better to make it, but also, just as important in many ways, or maybe more important in some ways, help people watching it to feel better about themselves or life, and make you guys, whoever watches it, feel better about you. Be able to come up with ideas to think of your own similar lists. This man, I'm not going to do it. I'm sure you can too. So yeah, I'm hoping that it will change any negative thoughts into positive ones. So I really hope it'll be a positive video. So anyway, I'm going to get on with the list as I carried on. As I got up to point 10, I'm going to try and go from point 11 to 20. For anyone who hasn't seen my previous videos where I make lists of things, I will talk about lists of things. So anyway, trying to get on with the point. So hopefully this won't be too long, but I'll say hopefully people out there will enjoy it. And please share this video with anyone you think needs encouraging. Anyone you can, I'd really appreciate it if you want to support my channel, which is great. I really appreciate that. Anyway, number 11, I appreciate my ideas and things that have inspired me, and having second chances, and also how my ideas can hopefully help other people. I hope if I can put them into practice and can hopefully make the world a better place. That's what I'm hoping, as much as possible, and that's the goal. And as well as feeling good myself about that. But so I'm certainly going to give it my best shot. But yeah, helping other people to have second chances as well, and turning people's life around, like spreading awareness of neurodiversity, learning disability, special needs, whatever I call it, across Asia, as I talked about, especially, and changing people's perceptions, especially of people with learning disabilities or disabilities generally, and possibly changing the way people treat each other. So I hope to encourage people to treat each other better as well. Maybe challenging stereotypes as well, possibly, although I probably think of them myself, but some of them may or may not be true, but at least challenging whether they're true or not. But yeah, just sort of use my ideas to hopefully, like for instance, a social enterprise that can help people in Asia to start their own businesses, and also like inventors and people to become inventors, have more confidence, as well as writers or other such things that might not have believed in themselves, to help them to believe in themselves and that sort of thing. But, moving on to point 12 on that note as well, I'm grateful for like people who encourage others, uplift others, positive, and try to help other people, and are polite and well-mannered and meek and mild, and sort of get along with other people as much as possible, and people like mentors and role models who uplift each other in a positive way. Hope that makes sense. Number 13, I often find it difficult because like 13 for me is like an unlucky number. I have trisecophobia, or it's called, fear of number 13, a little bit. So like, but I was thinking like of things like scary YouTube videos, or because I think they're quite entertaining in a way, and also the fact that without challenges or negative things in life, you don't always appreciate the positives. So I think that's what I can think of. And because I'm talking about Asia at the moment, I'm thinking of like Asian creepypastas or urban legends or stories or videos from Asia about scary stories and that sort of thing. Number 14, problem solving, and again, like without challenges and negative things, maybe you wouldn't appreciate the good things as much, and you wouldn't have as many. It'd be a bit boring without challenges, and also trying to problem solve is something that can be quite interesting, and also like how people with dyslexia can be really good problem solvers apparently. 15, on that note, like successful people with dyslexia or success stories that have inspired me, and I hope to share with others from Asia, as I talked about before, to use those stories to inspire. So I think it's great that so many people with dyslexia and neurodiverse conditions like autism and ADHD and so forth have strengths in other areas. It's almost like God's taken strengths from one area and put them in another. So, but unfortunately, a lot of people don't understand that. They think if you're weak in this area, you must be weak in every area. So I love to change those perceptions and use success stories to change people's way of thinking. Like autistic people can be really good at science and maths and things like that. And dyslexic people can be really good at coming up with ideas, innovative and new, unique ideas, not just the same as other people's. And I know a lot of people say ideas are a dime a dozen, but I think that some ideas are better than others as well. I don't think all ideas are equal. And one of the co-founders of Microsoft, Steve Ballmer, said that not all ideas. I think he said something similar, like ideas matter. There's good ideas and there's not so good ideas. So no matter how much hard work or effort you put in or action you take on a bad idea, it's not going to turn it good. But I understand even a good idea needs some sort of action behind it. And I also love to. I'm also grateful, for or appreciate what I've learned about goal setting, like how many people in society say you've got to set your goals really low. And I think teachers, parents, and society generally say set your goals low. I've seen quite a few people say most people are not financially successful or have problems in terms of achieving great things because their goals are so low and uninspiring. So to have higher goals is not a bad thing, but obviously you do have to work towards them. But they can push you to work smarter or harder or whatever it takes to do well. So I'm a great believer in setting higher goals, like a PC on every or laptop on every desk in Africa, and training for tech training, especially in software and other areas for people from Africa and things like that, and creating dyslexic millionaires and billionaires in Asia, and those sorts of goals, which inspire me to push myself. Although, as I talked before, I'm not really hardworking, but to think outside the box and think of ways to push myself in some way to achieve that. So I hope that makes sense. Number 16. Again, like the successful stories of people from the neurodiverse background and people and what strengths and abilities people with dyslexia have, and how I've learned that myself, so I can hopefully share videos from YouTube and other resources and whatever to inspire other people at a certain moment in Asia, especially to push them to achieve their potential, and also not just dyslexics or people with autism themselves, but as I say, parents or teachers or people like that in society. So hopefully they can believe in dyslexic people more, and autistic people with ADHD and so forth. And I think being unique is positive in a way, in many ways sometimes, because you're not the same as everyone else, and so you might have unique strengths which make them, because they're unique sometimes, I think they're more valuable in some way. I don't know if other people agree with me on that or not, but I know you can be different in a worse way, but I think you can also be different in a positive way. But society often looks down on what's different, but I think there is a positive to it as well. It's like it's like supply and demand, where there's a lot of supply of something, the value goes down. So I think there is a value in being unique and different, in my opinion, as well. And I also think like being the same as everyone else and being normal, to me, would probably be a bit boring, but that's my opinion. 17, I'm thankful for like my imagination, thinking outside the box. Say Einstein apparently said imagination is more important than knowledge, and for like stories and ideas and just being able to see or think of different stories, and I'm hoping to like think about and write up more stories as well in the future. So I hope that makes sense. But yeah, like having an imagination, I think it can have a negative side, but I'm grateful for some of the more positive things, that unique perspectives and ideas, and I say imaginations and strengths that dyslexic people have. 18, I'm thankful and appreciate lists, being able to think of and write up and talk about like lists like this, because I think it's a great way to change your perspective in life and to go from negative thoughts to more positive ones. 19, I'm grateful for like companies and organizations that help Africa in terms of software, African countries and African individuals, especially indigenous people from Africa, or people who integrate with others, and that sort of thing. I'm grateful that there are organizations out there. I know I talked about focusing on Asia, but I thought I hope that people from Africa will practice their software skills at this particular time while we're in quarantine, and use that isolation time to advance and update their skills. So when quarantine is over, they'll have more opportunities, and also even possibly whilst we are still in quarantine, they can still trade or still have a career, possibly because it'll be online, so it won't be so much affected by the closure of shops or things like that. But to use this time, make the best possible use of it and not waste it. So I'm hopeful to share that idea with other people. I'm grateful to have that ability to share those ideas, hopefully. I'm hoping to, at least. And hopefully people will understand as well. And 20, I'm also grateful for the chance to share my ideas for African technology generally, software and other areas, like African game makers and things like that. And again, I hope they'll use this time in quarantine and won't waste it, but will use it to advance their software and general IT skills. So again, when quarantine's hopefully over, they can utilize those skills to keep their careers going. And even when, just like in point 19, even whilst the quarantine is going on, they can still perhaps keep their careers alive, and that sort of thing. And I think that covers everything for part 2 of this video. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I really appreciate any support as ever, any sharers of the video, any likes. I really love as many people to watch it as possible, of course, but especially if you share it with people who appreciate positive vibes. Peace and love.